Hello, welcome to Rifleonline. I'm Sean. Today, I have a guitar to unbox. So, we don't necessarily buy a lot of new guitars. We buy a lot of used stuff and mod it. But I was watching some different YouTube channels, and some people that I trust turned me on to this Kramer Baretta Special that I bought. I bought this pink one because I dig it. And I'm just telling you, this guitar, for being so inexpensive, they're around 180 bucks US, worth 3 times that much easy. I love this guitar. And with just a couple mods, it is a perfect guitar. It's my favorite guitar of the couple that I have. So, when I say we, RT Kraken and Kenny and I purchased one for Jet because his birthday's coming up. We got a little early, and he does so much for us as a band, as far as mixing, recording. He edits all of our videos, so we like to do nice things for him when we can, because we couldn't be as successful as we are without him. Without further ado, let's take a look and see what the post has brought me. Now, I see a lot of guys I really like on YouTube with unboxing videos, and my man Max uses a big sword. I don't have a big sword. I have a couple knives. I saw some guy using an axe or a hatchet. I'm sorry. So I decided to go the opposite. My favorite little pocket knife. Look out, world. Seems to be boxed up well. Which I like. I want to be very careful opening it because I don't want to damage it in any way, shape, or form, of course. So, box within a box, which is what I expected, and happy to have. There's nothing though in this big box to pad this box. I would like to have seen that. Kramer. I love Kramer guitars. I really do. They're all fantastic. I like the Special, the Baretta Special, because, I don't like Floyd Rose locking systems very much. It's just not what I use. Jet doesn't use them, so it has a regular Strat style trim, which we like. And it's a mahogany body, maple neck. It does what you want it to do. So, let me see here. Here we go. It doesn't matter how many times you do this. Oh, there, that's what I'm looking for. Even if it's, not technically my guitar, I get excited. I get excited every time. Just can't help it. And it is not my guitar, but I will spend a lot of time with it. Because after we unbox it, we will take it over to the workbench and do a couple little mods. Okay, so first off, got an Allen key for it, just floating around. I don't like that. I could scratch the guitar. Although the guitar looks to be packaged well. Got a nice Kramer sticker, which I like. I have mine. And just some instructions and stuff. I'm going to put all this in here. I will say one thing though about my Kramer sticker. It would not stick. I don't know if anyone else has had the same issue, but it just wouldn't stick. That's okay. it's a, you know, it's a $180 guitar. If the sticker doesn't work, it's the least of my concerns. I'm just going to put these to the side. This does seem to be packaged well. The trim bar is just kind of floating around in there too. It's not secured. Again, I don't think that's the best idea, but we're gonna find out how it looks. Mine, when I got mine, my pink one, it came in great condition, and I did almost nothing to it. Very minor setup, and like I said, a couple of quick little mods that I'll show you guys what I did just to make it really super playable. Let's see if we can get this. I'm just gonna do it like this. Oh yeah. Got some paper under the strings, that's good. Look at that. First thing that I notice, and just like I did on mine, is the fretwork is so good. I mean, these edges are so smooth. The frets are a little gritty, just like mine was. And all I did was do a quick polish on them, which I'm going to do with this. I mean, you could just play it in, and that would be fine. But I'm just going to do a quick polish on it. It's not in tune. Didn't expect it to be. I can tell you, though, right now, the setup is not bad. This pickup that it comes with, if you get one of these, do not change this pickup. This is a fantastic pickup. A lot of people get them and automatically just, you know, with the intent to change the pickup. Now, if you're looking for a different sound, by all means, you know, do that. But this pickup sounds fantastic. It's an Epiphone overwound PAF, and I love it. A lot of the other complaint, or I think things people may complain about or want to change, is the volume pot. It is very on and off. So once you get to around 6 or so, from 6 to 10, it's the same, and then it's just off. I am not going to change that. I mean, we mostly keep our volume all the way up anyway, but more so, Jet likes to do his Ace Frehley thing, and this will be really good for that. Man, this thing looks great. I will say that the finish on this is just fantastic. Just like my pink one, well, technically they call it red, ruby red, but it is pink, Pepto pink. But man, this finish is just great. All right, so this is it. 2021 Kramer Baretta Special. Beautiful guitar. These things just sound and play great. I can't say enough about them. We're going to get this on the workbench. We're going to change the strings. We're going to polish the frets and just get them a little less gritty. And I'm going to show you the couple little mods that I do. Again, I'm not going to change the volume. I am not going to change the I'm not going to change the pickup. I love these pickups. And the bridge is just fine. I mean, it looks to be, you know, the same bridge that's on mine. All I do is add a little graphite to it. Put a little graphite in the nut. The nut, I do believe, is plastic, but man, it's cut very well. And I've had no problems with mine whatsoever. This one I might have to cut the E a little bit. We'll see, but I don't know if you can see it there. That nut has worked super well, though. Beautiful guitar. I'm very excited about this. The other thing, a lot of people change the tuners. These are probably not the greatest tuners. I have had no problems with them. I'll tell you what I did. People had complained about tuning stability on the high 3 strings. I wound them the opposite way. which is what I'm going to do with this. So, and it really brings everything up in line with the nut better. And that's what I'll do with this one too. And way out of tune. But I really like this. I think Jet's gonna love it. He already has a Kramer shirt, so he definitely needs the Kramer guitar, right? All right, thanks for tuning in. We're gonna go and put this on the bench next. Please subscribe, tell your friends, listen to Rifle every day, all that good stuff. Let's head over to the workbench. All right, here we are on the workbench. We're gonna do these couple little mods. And first things first, something that's always a good idea. Let's check and make sure it makes noise, because I haven't tried that yet. I always have this little tiny practice amp here. It does. That's all I needed to know. First thing that I want to do is go ahead and get this nut where I'd like it. I'm going to pull you in a little closer. So before I take these strings off, what I try to do is, this is how I check the nut. I put my finger, I depress the string on the 3rd fret, and I look for next to no clearance. And this is darn close. Matter of fact, the E and the B string are probably fine. But I'm going to work this just a little. And again, I want to do this while I have the strings on it. Makes it much easier. And I have some cheap little files here. For something like this, these will usually work fine. It doesn't have to go down much. Again, these files are not great. Like, I wouldn't cut a nut with these, but they're okay for just opening one up. The only thing I don't like about this is, you have to be careful with it, as they don't come off. I wish they did. I wish they pulled out, because you could scratch the guitar. So I'm very careful with the way I hold it. There we go. And all I'm doing is going back and forth in this nut to take it down just a little. I always keep these at an angle going back too. That way it just gives a better break on the string and holds it in place better. But this doesn't need much. I mean, that might even be enough. Tighten it a little. I don't care if it's in tune or not. Almost. You know what I think I want to do though? Like I say, these are okay to clean things up. I think I'm going to use a little bit more substantial file. Just make things go a little quicker. These are just some, I don't know, basic, they're diamond type guitar files, or I don't know if they're just for guitars, but I'll leave a link to these if I can find it. I got them on Amazon. They weren't very expensive. They work really well. Again, you just want to be careful. You don't want to scratch the guitar. The good thing about the diamond type, files, they always go in 2 directions, so I like that. And what you want to do, when you're recutting a nut or working it in any way, shape, or form, do it in small increments and then check it. You can always go lower. Building it back up is another story. You can, there's some tricks, but you don't want to. I think that's just about going to do it. Let's get it so that you can see what I'm doing here. Just gonna press on the 3rd string, and look at that. It's just there's barely any clearance, and that is where I like it, right there. I'm gonna, just because I can, I'm gonna give it another couple little scrapes. Oh yeah. So that is right where I want it. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to take care of all of these just like this. using a combination of these and some files like that, just to get them lowered a little. Again, I just a tiny bit. You could be, they would be fine without it. I'm telling you, if you just picked this guitar and you tuned it and plugged it in, it would be fine. But I'm gonna make it play like a pro. I recut the nut, just as I showed you. I just went through. Actually, I didn't have to do the high E. I did the others. So now we're gonna polish these frets up. Let's start by getting rid of these strings. I'm going to put a fresh set of GHS 10 through 46s on. I'm going to loosen all these so I don't snap myself in the eye. Let's see if I can do this without cutting myself. I always cut myself when I change strings. I'm going to try not to. I mean, I always try not to, but we'll see what happens. And I normally change strings one at a time when I'm just changing strings, but I am going to polish these frets, so I'm going to take them all off. Once a year, I like to take all the strings off every guitar and, you know, just do some maintenance on it, make sure the neck's straight. Make sure that the, if it's a rosewood type fingerboard, you know, I'll go ahead and condition that. If it's maple, you never want to condition a maple fretboard. All right, so since I am going to polish these frets, I'm going to use some 4/0 steel wool. First thing I'm going to do, like I always say, is tape up this pickup. This pickup actually still has the plastic on it. I'm going to leave that on until after I'm done though. I say there isn't much to this, just slap some of this painter's tape over it. Make sure no filings are going to get in the pickup. I just get this, you can get this at any hardware store, Walmart, what have you. Okay, so let's polish these frets. Like I say, that's the fret ends are so nice on this. They do such a good job. I'm gonna double check, make sure the neck is straight, although it felt completely straight. I don't feel like there's any problems with it. Oh yeah, that's nice. Again, it just, I'm amazed at the quality that goes into such an inexpensive guitar. I'm not going to tape up the entire fretboard. I'm going to use these guards. All I'm doing is putting this guard over this. That's going to protect my fretboard. Take my steel wool, and literally I'm just going to polish this thing up. I didn't put a rocker on these. I guess I could have. Although it doesn't seem like there's any issues here at all. Yeah, these frets are nice. And you know, these fret rockers, you just go across 3 frets. You just don't want them to rock, literally make a noise. Now, not to say that they might not move a tiny bit in some spaces, and if they're barely moving, it's not going to make a big difference. But if they're rocking quite a bit, then you got a high fret, and you know you need to do something about that, because it'll give you a dead spot or give you buzzes. Sound quality would just go down in general. Just like my pink one. Well, ruby red, but it's pink. Just really impeccable workmanship. Very impressed. The only thing I would say is that you know, the frets are a little gritty, and you know, you really need to polish them. And it's not you know, it's not a very long process. It's not like we're leveling them and crowning them and stuff like that. We're just polishing these things. going to go through and get every one with the steel wool, and then I generally use a microfiber cloth after that, and get them a little bit more polished. Now, you know, honestly, like, there's a lot of ways to polish frets, and if you really want to get into it and make them look really super shiny and feel great, I mean, you can get like a Dremel, especially if you get the extension, like a wheel extension for it. Put a little polishing compound on that and do that, and it'll look great. I do not. I mean, they play great like this, and it works. It's a little bit more elbow grease, but you know, we're not talking hard labor here. Well, he's not the kind of hard labor I'm used to. But again, all I'm doing is putting a little bit of pressure on here to smooth these frets out. And again, don't get me wrong, they were not in bad shape, just a little gritty, which happens on a lot of guitars. I mean, a lot of guitars that cost many times more than this, they can be gritty. Doesn't mean that the frets are done poorly, just means that they weren't cleaned up as well as they could have been. These guards are great though. Save you from having to tape everything up. They're very inexpensive. I'll leave a link to the guards somewhere. I know I got these on Amazon. You can get them in different kits too, but again, I think I've said it before, you can make these with a beer can or, you know, soda can or something like that too. I've done it before and they work fine. I mean, you could probably make it out of cardboard, although I don't know if it would hold up to this as well. Beer can works great though. And you can see all those filings. That's what you don't want in your pickup. All right, so let me get this stuff off here. An old paintbrush, oh, not an old, when I say old, not a used one, but a cheap paintbrush like this. These are wonderful to have around for guitar work. Really good for cleaning bridges and stuff like that, places that are hard to get to, getting dust out, and just stuff like this. It does a great job. Oh, those are gonna feel great. So now I'm gonna take this microfiber cloth and I am just gonna go to town on these. And the microfiber isn't gonna hurt a thing, so you don't have to use the guard for the microfiber cloth. But this will bring them up to a nice finish, makes them look nice and shiny, and help remove any of the residue that might have been left over with the steel wool. But these microfiber cloths, you know, I mean, I use them for my glasses. And once they get, you know, too dirty to use on glasses anymore, I just use them on frets. And they'll last forever for fret work. I also get these on Amazon. I'll leave a link to them. Remember, if you buy something from one of our links, it does not cost you any more, but it does help the channel. We are affiliates of Amazon, and I appreciate anything that you guys do. All right. You see, you can use this just to get your whole fretboard even. Man, those are feeling great. Okay, so I am going to string this guitar up. Okay, so I have all my strings through the bridge, ready to go. I took this pencil, mechanical pencil, and I just put graphite on all the saddles, and I put graphite in the nut slots. That'll keep it nice and lubricated, help with tuning stability. In case he does use the trem any especially. although he seldom does, but it's there if he needs it. These mechanical pencils work great for that, though. I always like to keep one on hand. So I'm going to get this strung up, and like I say, I'm going to, these first few strings, first three, or technically the last three, they're going to go on straight, just like normal. But the next three, I'm going to wind the opposite to keep it straight on the nut, and it will really, really help with tuning stability. Also, while I have all the strings off, I checked to make sure that all of these are tight, the tuning machines, and they are. Everything's fine. So I'm going to get this strung up, and then we're going to tune it up and set it up. We are all strung up. Right now, these are still up because I'm going to make sure everything's in shape. I never cut the string ends off until I'm done setting the guitar up. Now, we tune a step down, so we're tuned to D standard. What I always do is I tune it up to E standard and let it sit for about 5 minutes and let the string stretch, and then tune it back down to where I want it, which is what I'm going to do right now. And we'll check the intonation. And I think the string height is pretty good. I kind of eyed it up. Honestly, though, it came to me pretty good. So we'll see, though. I'm sure I'll have to tweak it a little. And here, like I said, it's just like 3-on-3 tuning. I wind these the opposite way. All right. Man, I don't know if it's going to need anything. That is a pretty good action. I think I'm going to take it down just a hair. I'm going to check the intonation and stuff too. Now, in my experience, these guitars anymore come pretty well intonated. G might need a little tweak, but I'm not going to tweak it until I set the action. Just to make sure, although usually it won't change too much, but yeah, I think that G string is going to need a little adjustment. First things first, I'm going to set the action some. To be honest, I mean, you can use a radius gauge, which I don't have and don't use, to check this. I pretty well eye it up and just see, what I think feels good. I know what Jet likes, so I've been working on his guitars a long time. So I'm just going to take this to about where I think it should be. Which honestly, I'm going to just turn them all the same. About a quarter turn, give or take. I want to have some room. Like I say, I want to take it down just a little. Again, I mean, this guitar was set up well when it got here. I have no complaints. And if I were just someone who's just starting or somebody, I wouldn't do anything to it. It doesn't necessarily need anything. I'm just tweaking it a little because I know what he likes. But you could have tuned this thing up and played it right out of the box, and we didn't even have to really polish the frets. I just did. If there is one thing though I can say about the Kramers is so far, I mean, the second one that I've gotten, and they do come with gritty frets. Mine, I just played mine in. mostly. And that usually works fine. Let's see how that feels. Let's tune her up again. All right, should be good. Sorry, I'm not a great guitarist. All right, I think that's pretty well set up. I'm going to cut these strings off, and I'm going to check the intonation, double check it. I think right now there's probably one string that might need a tweak. It might not. I'll check it again, like I say. So far, I mean, I'm not done yet. So far, I have yet to cut myself on these stinking strings, so I'm pretty happy about that. It's the little things. And again, just to make sure that I don't, I'm going to throw these away immediately. All right, so let me, oh, by the way, I use this Snark Tuner. This thing's great. It's very accurate. I've had good luck with it. And these strings don't have a lot of stretching to do, so. All right, that's good. The G is the one that I was afraid might need some setup, but we'll see. Oh, maybe not. Sometimes, like I say, once you set the action and stuff, it will change that some. So I never set the intonation till last. Beautiful. That's what I like. Again, perfect. All right, we're done. So, oh, also, which I don't think I showed you, Jet has his own picks with his face on them. I don't know if I can get that where you can see it well, but I just stuck one on the truss rod cover. I've done that with some of his guitars just to make it a Jet piston model. I just use double-sided tape, so if he wants to take it off, he can. I'm thinking about changing this knob. I don't know. I like it. I might just let him decide. We have a lot of knobs around here. The only other thing I want to do is put strap locks on it. So, if you guys want to watch that, I will do that very quickly here. Got these strap locks at Amazon. I will leave a link. There's nothing to changing out strap buttons. The biggest thing, which I talk about a lot, is just be careful not to strip the screws. Always use the right size screwdriver, which a lot of people are surprised that there's different size heads. I don't know why they're surprised, but there are. And if you use the wrong one, you can definitely strip something out, even if it feels like it might be okay. These really come in handy, these type of screwdrivers, for situations like this where there just isn't a whole heck of a lot of room. All I'm doing is unscrewing the old one, which these came with pretty nice buttons. They're nice wide ones. I mean, they hold the strap fine, I'm sure, but Jet likes these strap locks, so I just always put these on his guitars. And you know, it really does make for safe playing. I'll turn this up a little now. Now on these, you know, you want to get them nice and snug, but you know, and make sure they're not doing that. But you don't have to overly tighten anything on a guitar generally. I mean, obviously this is holding your guitar. You want to make sure it's tight, but man, if you start torquing down anything on a guitar, you can damage it. Damage the finish, damage the wood, damage the component itself. So there's one. Pull this one off. All right. And I always save the old ones. I mean, you never know when you're going to need them for a project or what have you. Again, I generally put strap locks on everything, but you know, I have different people that want different things. So not everybody wants a strap lock. If they don't want them, I'll put regular buttons on them. You know, it doesn't matter to me. But for our stuff, we use them. Again, it's one of the easiest upgrades you can do. And I am an advocate of strap locks. I know there's all kinds of systems and all kinds of straps that that basically lock on their own, but I say a good Schaller or Dunlop type strap lock is gonna always keep your guitar safe, or bass. Hold this upside down for a moment. Sometimes it's just easier. And if these screws are too big, you can drill them, you know, a pilot hole. These weren't. They were a little tight, but that's good. I like that. All right. This guitar is ready for Jet to do his stuff. I will show a display, a demonstration, I should say, of the sound of this guitar as soon as we give it to Jet, and I'm gonna let him play it on a good amp. Otherwise, thank you so much for watching. Hope you enjoyed this episode. Again, if you're looking for an inexpensive shred guitar that just sounds fantastic, you can't go wrong with these Kramer Baretta Specials. I absolutely love them, and I know Jet's gonna love this one. So please subscribe, tell your friends, hit like, make some comments below if you have anything you want to talk about, any other types of maybe inexpensive guitars that you know work really well and sound good. We're all about getting the most sound for your buck here. Listen to Rifle every day. Love one another. Thank you.
This is awesome. This is
didn't it plays so well. I mean, and it is so hot. I mean, it's gonna.
Hey, this is Jet Piston, and I just wanted to say how lucky I feel and how grateful I am to get to work with such wonderful people. And thank you so much for such a wonderful, amazing guitar. It plays brilliantly, and I love it. Thanks a lot, and I love you guys.